Hello friends, the 2p coin, 2p, is a denomination of the British currency, introduced as part of the UK's currency decimalisation on February 15, 1971, and 1996. Before this date, the UK used the imperial system, where the pound was divided into 20 shillings, each of which was further divided into 12 pennies. The move to decimalisation meant that £1 was divided into 100 new pence, and the 2p coin was one of the new denominations created. The 2p coin from 1996 is part of the British currency system and forms a significant part of the United Kingdom's coinage history. It is a small but meaningful denomination in the British monetary system. Here's an in-depth look at its history, geography, and design. The 2p coin is one of the lower-value coins in the British currency system. Its history dates back to the introduction of the modern 2p coin in 1971 when the UK decimalised its currency, meaning it moved from the old system of pounds, shillings, and pence to a simpler decimal system, where the pound was divided into 100 pence. The 2p coin was part of this transition and, from 1971 onwards, became part of the British coins that could be used for everyday transactions. It was designed to represent a small unit of currency and is still in circulation today, albeit with significant changes to its design and materials over time. The 2p coin, like many others in the British coinage system, has undergone several redesigns. The initial design, which appeared when the coin was first introduced in 1971, featured a simple, rounded design with the denomination 2 and the word pence on the reverse side. However, in 1992, the reverse side was changed to a new design by Christopher Ironside, which was used on the 2p coin until 1996. The specific coin you are referring to from 1996 carried the same design introduced in 1992. The reverse of the 2p coin shows a segment of a rose, thistle, shamrock, and leek, symbols representing England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and Wales, respectively. This design is known as the Four-Nation design and was chosen to celebrate the unity of the United Kingdom. The obverse features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, as designed by Raphael Maklouf, which had been in use since 1985. The 1996 2p coin was struck as part of a series of coins that bore this Four-Nation design and was minted in cupronickel, a copper-nickel alloy that gave the coin its distinctive appearance and durability. The geography represented on the 1996 2p coin is highly significant to the United Kingdom, as the four symbols on the reverse side represent the constituent countries of the UK. The rose, this represents England. The rose has been the symbol of England for centuries, most notably the Tudor rose, which became a heraldic symbol of the English monarchy. The thistle, this represents Scotland. The thistle has been the national emblem of Scotland since the 15th century and is one of the most recognized symbols of Scottish identity. The shamrock, this represents Ireland, specifically Northern Ireland, which is part of the United Kingdom. The shamrock is a symbol of Ireland, often associated with St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland. The leek, this represents Wales. The leek is traditionally worn by the Welsh as a symbol of national pride and has been associated with the country for hundreds of years. These four symbols of the UK were chosen to emphasize the unity of the four nations that make up the United Kingdom, and the design celebrates their shared history and identity. The 2p coin from 1996 was minted in large quantities by the Royal Mint. The total mintage figures for 1996 show that millions of these coins were struck. These coins were released into circulation as part of the regular production of British currency and are still legal tender today. They were used in daily transactions and became an integral part of the UK's economy, alongside other coins in circulation, such as the 1 penny, 5p, and 10p coins. Despite the fact that it has a relatively low value, the 2p coin is still widely accepted and used across the UK, and it can sometimes be seen as a symbol of British coinage in smaller denominations. The 2p coin of 1996, like its predecessors, was made from cupronickel, a copper-nickel alloy that was chosen for its durability and resistance to wear and corrosion. Over time, the Royal Mint began to move toward a more cost-effective material in later years, with more modern versions of the 2p coin being made from copper-plated steel. However, the 1996 coin still reflects the older alloy used prior to these changes. In terms of its face value, the 2p coin has always been relatively modest, worth 2p, or 1/100th of a pound. However, due to its design and its place in the history of British coinage, certain years' 2p coins, such as the 1996 edition, have become somewhat collectible among numismatists, particularly if they are in uncirculated condition. Although the 2p coin is not generally viewed as valuable in terms of precious metals or intrinsic worth, it can be a meaningful piece of British history for collectors, especially those interested in British coinage from the late 20th century. In recent years, the 2p coin has become less commonly used in daily life, partly due to inflation and its relatively low purchasing power. There have been discussions about whether the UK should phase out coins like the 1 and 2p pieces due to their low value and the cost of manufacturing them. However, as of 2025, the 2p coin is still in circulation, and there are no current official plans to discontinue it. Some stores and businesses may round prices to the nearest 5p, but the coin itself remains legal tender. The 1996 2p coin is a historical piece of British currency, notable for its design that symbolizes the four nations of the United Kingdom. Although small in value, the coin carries deep historical and cultural significance. It represents not only the UK's transition to a decimal currency system but also the nation's unity, as reflected in its design. Despite changes in the material and its diminished role in everyday transactions, the 2p coin remains a part of the UK's currency history. For collectors and numismatists, the 1996 version of the 2p coin serves as a reminder of the nation's rich heritage and the legacy of British coinage. The British 2p coin from 1971 holds historical, cultural, and economic significance, particularly when viewed in the context of the UK's transition to a new currency system in the early 1970s. To understand its complete history and geographic context, we must explore a range of topics, from the changes in the currency system to the broader historical and geographic background of the period. Before the introduction of decimalization in 1971, the United Kingdom used a currency system based on pounds, shillings, and pence. This system, known as the imperial currency system, had been in use since medieval times. The basic unit of the currency was the pound, which was subdivided into 20 shillings, each of which was further subdivided into 12 pennies, making 240 pennies to the pound. The introduction of the decimal system was a significant moment in British financial history. The government decided that the old system was confusing and cumbersome for modern transactions, especially with growing global trade and commerce. In response, in 1968, the British government launched the Decimal Currency Board, which oversaw the transition to decimalization. This transformation was officially completed on February 15, 1971, when the country switched to a new currency system where £1 was now equal to 100 new pence, denoted as p. As part of the decimalization process, the British government introduced new coins to replace the old currency denominations. One of the coins introduced in 1971 was the 2p coin, designed to circulate alongside the existing pre-decimal coins until the old currency was completely phased out. The 2p coin had a value of 2 new pence, 2p, and was one of the smaller denominations in the new decimal currency system. The 1971 2p coin had a distinctive design, marking the first official release of the coin since decimalization. It was created by the renowned artist Christopher Ironside, who was commissioned by the Royal Mint to design the new decimal coinage. Ironside's designs aimed to reflect the essence of British culture, history, and identity in a modern context. The design of the 2p coin from 1971 features a seated Britannia, one of the most iconic symbols of the United Kingdom, as the central motif. Britannia, often depicted as a female figure wearing a Corinthian helmet and holding a trident, is an enduring symbol of British naval power and sovereignty. On the reverse side, the coin features the number 2 to denote its value, along with the word pence. The obverse side of the coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by sculptor Mary Gillick, who had designed the original effigy of the Queen when she first ascended the throne in 1952. Over time, different versions of the Queen's portrait appeared on coins, but the 1971 version featured the first effigy, which was used until 1984. The original composition of the coin was bronze, a material that was used for many of the lower denomination coins of the period. Over time, however, the material was changed, and by 1992, the 2p coin was made from copper-plated steel, which was more durable and cost-effective to produce. In 1971, Britain was undergoing a period of economic transition and political change. The country was still recovering from the social and economic effects of the post-World War II era, and the 1960s and early 1970s were marked by inflation, labor strikes, and a changing industrial landscape. In terms of geography, the 2p coin was part of the daily life of British citizens, with the coin being used in everyday transactions. The change to decimal currency affected the entire United Kingdom, including England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The new coins, including the 2p, were designed to be part of a unified currency system for the entire UK. During this time, Britain was still adjusting to the post-imperial world, with its former colonies gaining independence, and it had yet to fully embrace European integration. The United Kingdom was negotiating its role in the international community, including membership in the European Economic Community, EEC, which it formally joined in 1973. Decimalization had both positive and negative effects on the British economy and its citizens. On the positive side, decimalization simplified the currency system, making it easier for people to calculate prices, particularly for businesses and traders who had to deal with complex conversions between shillings and pence. The introduction of the new coins was designed to bring Britain in line with other European countries that already used a decimal currency system. On the downside, there was considerable public resistance to the change. Many people were accustomed to the old system, and the transition created confusion for a time. The public had to adjust to new coin denominations, and the changeover was accompanied by inflationary pressures, partly due to the costs involved in minting the new coins and replacing old currency notes and coins. The 2p coin from 1971 played an important role in shaping the monetary landscape of the United Kingdom for decades. The coin, along with other decimal coins, became an integral part of British culture and daily life. As inflation increased over time, the value of the 2p coin diminished, and it became a less significant part of transactions. However, it remained in circulation, alongside other low-denomination coins, for many years. In recent times, the 2p coin has been the subject of debate regarding its continued usefulness. In 2019, the UK Treasury explored the possibility of removing the 1p and 2p coins from circulation due to the growing cost of production and limited use in everyday transactions. While no decision has been made to withdraw the coins, the 2p coin, like other small denominations, has become a symbol of the ongoing conversation about the future of physical currency in a digital world. The 2p coin, especially the 1971 version, carries symbolic weight. Its design, featuring Britannia, evokes a sense of national pride and continuity with Britain's long history. Britannia has been a national symbol of the United Kingdom for centuries, appearing on coins dating back to Roman Britain, and her image is intertwined with British identity. Additionally, the 2p coin from 1971 is a part of the collective memory of British citizens who lived through the era of decimalization. For many, it is a reminder of the transition from the old to the new, from a time when the British economy and society were adjusting to post-war realities. The 2p coin from 1971 is far more than just a piece of currency. It represents a pivotal moment in British history, the switch from an old, traditional currency system to a new decimal system that would shape the economy for decades to come. With its distinctive design, featuring Britannia, and its role in everyday transactions, the 2p coin is a reminder of the challenges and triumphs that define the United Kingdom in the 20th century. Through its design, history, and geographical context, the 2p coin from 1971 stands as a lasting symbol of both continuity and change in British society.